First of all, man, you reminded the folks that good music travels. Number one, because I want to explore that in a second. But number two, we had Mr. Watt on, and he was talking about the business of hip hop, and he mentioned a lot of what you just did about the politics and getting radio play. And Keith was in radio, but there was a lot that goes on that conditions the ear to what should be popular versus what quote unquote real hip hop is, man. So the fact that you persevere through dealing with that. But going back to your time overseas, when did you know you had a market over there? Like, coming from Brooklyn, coming from New York, I'm from Detroit, Keith is from New York. Like, it takes a minute for you to realize it's a bigger world out there when you come from a big city. So how did you discover that?
It was in 2000. I was still kind of mentally, I was still in a place where I wasn't doing no more records. I felt like I was done. I felt like nobody was really interested in what I had to say or, the music that I was making. And somebody put together a 13-city tour. And I think like 7 or 8 of the dates were in the UK and the rest were like in Germany and other parts of Europe. And so I really went over there with not much expectation, just I'm gonna get this bread or whatever and rock these shows. But, I went over there. Clubs was packed, and the people that were there knew my songs. They knew the words to the songs, which amazed me. I didn't expect it, and so that tour in 2000, I went over there with DJ Steady Pace and my guy Steve, the Angry Merch guy, even though he wasn't selling merch yet. I went over there with those two, and to my surprise, there were people that were like messing with me, like they were like, "Yo, we love your stuff." And so I'm doing all these records that I never did in the US and they rocking with me. And when I came back from that tour in 2000, that was my renewed excitement to make records. And I went in the studio. When I got back, I went in the studio and I talked to my partner, Rich. I was like, yo, I think I want to do one more record. And so we started working on Disposable Arts like right after that.
Wow.
And that was the album that gave me a basically 20-year extension on a career that most artists don't get.
Graybeard Nation!